And everybody, welcome to today's game from dreary old England, and today we have round 4 of Silver Playoffs, best of 1 game against Annie Palmer. Annie is the highest seed and selected to play as the USSR, which suits me quite well as I think I prefer playing as the USA. And yes, winner of this game will face Andrea Chiappi. I'm, again, not very good with names, but Andrea was the 3rd seed in our entire Tenerife conference, I believe, which makes the next match quite a daunting prospect if I should even manage to make it past this formidable opponent. So we will see what happens. Looking forward to the game, looking forward to playing Annie, and just waiting for her to log on. Should be any minute now. And yeah, I've made my peace with this potentially being the end to my ITSL season. It feels like a good first season as a newer player. Round 4 of the Silver Playoffs doesn't feel disgraceful at all. I guess I was disappointed to get knocked out of regular playoffs in the first round, but you win some, you lose some, and with every player being as good as they are, what can you do? So we will just wait for Annie to join the game, and yeah, don't really know what else to say until we get this match going. I've warmed up for the game as I usually do by watching some Twilight Struggle beforehand. This time it was Derek Miller versus Jeremy Anders, their second game in the playoffs, which was streamed on Derek's channel. I always enjoy watching players who are better than myself. Makes me learn a thing or two, and that particular game was quite interesting to me for a masterclass on how to win despite the board being completely lost. Potential spoiler alert there, but yeah, I feel like one of the weaknesses in my game is not being particularly good at working out different pathways to win. Not necessarily committing to one, trying to hedge my bets, which can sometimes result in a bit of nothing working if you try and half-ass everything. Perhaps you don't whole-ass anything. Okay, but I will stop talking now as we have the game invite, and here we go. Fingers crossed for a good hand, and this is not quite that. Purge would be killer. Otherwise, it's manageable. Okay, so we have Suez and De Gaulle. Is there any chance of doing a 3-2-3? No, we can't do 3-3-2-2 with Sotgovs unseen. With Europe scoring, it would be nice to do some sort of fancy setup, put something in France. But 4-1-3-2 perhaps? I'm just going to see how this looks. I don't think it's good though. I think I'd need to have Sotgovs. Yeah, with this, if Annie has Sotgovs, it's headline Sotgovs, take Italy, and I don't even have a forward coup. So I think it's just 4-4-2. Even though someone more adventurous could maybe do something a bit better. Yeah, okay, we will address that later. Yes, I did have an appointment with the doctors today. Feeling mostly fine, although we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's start by putting the hand into my card tracker. So we've got Europe, CIA, Suez, De Gaulle, 5-year plan, NORAD, Independent Reds, and Decol. Yes, Purge would be unspeakably bad, but as for a headline, I'm not sure what it is. Do I headline Europe? Perhaps with this hand I'm not getting Europe Dom. It feels a shame because the idea of 3-up into France, but I'll have to go Malaysia, Egypt, Lebanon. De Gaulle into France I like. So, but what are my other options? There's CIA, I suppose. That's just so bad though. I hate taking CIA out of the deck this early. But I don't want to give up on the points for Europe. then if I do get purged, I'm not going to get Europe. Screw it. Let's just get rid of Europe. NASA. Okay. Well, I don't know if that was the right place to get rid of Europe. I feel it was definitely conservative. But I don't have a great hand, so I think I'm fine with that. It's not, it's not ideal, but it's not going to kill me straight away. And I like leaving CIA in the deck. I don't like the idea of headlining CIA. So I think Suez is the space card. Okay, what is this going to be? Marshall, perhaps? USJ? USJ. And that's going to be a Iran coup. Nope. No, it's not even a coup. Okay. So Annie doesn't like to roll the dice. That's interesting. Is it Pakistan, Malaysia? I'm not entirely sure how to respond to this. It's very aggressive playing to Asia, so I wonder if Annie has Asia scoring. This would invite a Pakistan flip or a coup. If Pakistan is couped, I think I coup it back with a 3. If Pakistan is flipped, I can move into India, perhaps? It would leave me short on ops. What are my other options? I think NORAD is definitely the card. What's the other option? 3 into Pakistan? Then the war is just, even though it's a 5 or 6. Yeah, I'm not sure how to respond to this. I haven't seen this very many times before, if ever. So, a lot of games played. An impressive winning record as the USA and the USSR. Definitely going to have my work cut out today. Okay, 2-op coup, that's interesting. Okay. So I think that's independent Reds, 1 Malaysia, and spreading to India? I'd like to, if I get a break in tempo, I'd like to go to space with Suez. I'd like to make France 3-1 with de Gaulle. Decol is obviously the hold card. Special now. Where are we seeing this? Just take South Korea and take Dom. Okay. So we're going to go 1 into France with special because that just makes sense. And I wonder. That stops Dom. It's 1 VP. I'm okay losing 1 VP because I don't want to lose my only good card in 5-year plan. Only 3-op. And seeing as Annie already could Malaysia once, it's possible she would do it again, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to try and contain the USSR, stop them from getting a Dom, not get overly aggressive. De Gaulle is probably my blockade card. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is going. I don't know how to say if I think this is being played well. Okay. So now Milops is a problem, but that does give me the break in tempo to space. And I have to think that Annie has Asia otherwise. I don't know, but yeah, space Suez. Miss, which is unfortunate. Shame, would have liked 2 VP. So I think my coup is going to be Egypt. Perhaps my 1-op from special should have gone into Canada, but then I don't necessarily like signposting that I don't have. That I have to go. I don't like to give that away, so 1-op in Canada is not worth very much anyway, is it? Especially with me having NORAD. So I'm fine with that, really. Yeah, this... Okay, the fact is, it's not been a brilliant hand for Annie, so I can understand wanting to try and get some high upside rolls. Okay, I believe that's my coup target. But the question is, do I coup turn 5 or turn 6? If I coup now, that leaves Pakistan open for a big coup, which I can't respond to. Not that Annie knows that, but I wouldn't be able to respond to it because of de Gaulle. If I don't coup now, then that means I am down 4 VPs on Milops and Annie can do anything to stop me from going. But then, okay, let's just do this, not confirm it. What can Annie actually do? If she jams something to try and stop me getting Milops, I think I'll just coup whatever she jams. She could put Ops into France. That would be frustrating. But then Truman's on scene and Defcon is high, so I can always realign next turn possibly. So yeah, I think if Annie wants to jam something here, I will coup it. If she wants to event blockade, I will not discard, and that would be bad as well. But Europe is scored, so I don't necessarily expect to see moves being made in Europe. I don't know, I genuinely don't know how I played this, I don't know how my opponent played this. It's a very unfamiliar setup, got me into uncharted territory. I don't like leaving my Milops for turn 6, but I don't know when else I would have got them, perhaps with independent reds, but I felt like Malaysia was important. Okay, that's just a coup. Well, now I coup that back. That's a very easy decision. Defcon will go up to 4. Yeah. Is it Iran? Yeah, it's Iran. Christ. That's bad. Now Middle East is going to be what, 5? And yeah, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. This is very, very bad. Okay, Romanian, Fidel, Asia, Warsaw, Vietnam, Korean, Marshall. Oh gosh, this is terrible, and a purge would make it even worse. Middle East is, yeah, 5 VP, and there's, I don't know, what were the rolls? I know I rolled a 1. Yeah, a 4 and a 1. Especially with containment, I don't hate the plan, it just worked out very badly. Okay, so I shouldn't be giving up Asia Dom, but I definitely shouldn't be headlining it because of Indo-Pakistani War being full strength. So that means it has to be Marshall, because that's the only other card I can actually headline. Could be Romanian, but with D-Style out there, no chance. It has to be Marshall. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this could be killer, but I guess that means no Middle East? Because I feel Middle East is... You don't even think about it if you have it. So what's this going to be? Finland, Yugoslavia, Afghanistan? I don't know. And it could be 2 Thailand, 1 Venezuela, 1 South Africa, and coup? Okay, taking over Europe. Yep, 2 Thailand, South Africa, and Argentina coup. Okay, I'd have done Chile. Well, that's ugly. That is very ugly. And yes, I don't think I'm stopping Dom now. It's 5-2. Question is, do I take my coup? If I don't coup, I can move to Angola. But I don't think I have the ops to take Zaire and reinforce. Milops would be guaranteed. Yeah, this is very bad. This is very bad. And if I could take India with ops. Yeah, just taking India doesn't seem the worst. India and Lebanon. Could I do this perhaps? But then there's still IP war. If IP war hits, that's just going to be so depressing. That would be 9 VPs. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a very strong play. Well, I guess the good news is if I headline data, I'm still getting domed. But 6 on Pakistan's not what I wanted to see, and the willingness to do that could mean that Annie has IP war. Okay, let me think. What would someone who was actually good at the game do? Give up on Asia? I assume if I coup, Annie takes Lebanon. And I really need Lebanon, because I am getting smashed in early war regions at the moment. Do I just take a 2-up coup on Argentina? Is it India and Lebanon? Chance the IP war? If the IP war doesn't immediately come out, score for 7? Okay, well, if Annie doesn't coup here, options are what? Event IP war, move into take Middle East Dom, protect Argentina with a coup, no, spread into Chile. I don't understand Argentina over Chile. That feels like the one mistake, because that does give me the option to coup it. Perhaps that's a bait, though. I feel like if I don't take India, I'm almost offering up Asia control, because US-Japan is gone. If we saw China into Japan, then I would be very screwed. If I coup, say NATO or purge into India, then I'd have to put something in Japan. I don't know. I don't like cooing. Cooing feels like it gives away too much. Even though this is my only 3 and I will be vulnerable to blockade. Europe scored, and at this point, that was just a very bad turn of events. Okay, I need to minimise the turn 1. No, how do I do this? There we are. So at least check the card trackers right. 12 and 6 I've got. Not 12 and 6. Okay, what's wrong here? Okay, Independent Reds is in the wrong deck. 12 and 6. Okay, no, that's correct now. Yeah, this is bad. I think Annie's played it well. EU coup, no influence. Okay, where's that gonna? Yeah, take Middle East Dom. Well, that's 5 points. At least I've got presence, I suppose. Well, I can't stop that, so I think I do take a coup just to save on Milops. And it could be in the Middle East, but even a 6 with a 2-up doesn't flip it. So I think Argentina is the much higher upside, and I think it has to be Fidel. Please. Well, it's not brilliant, but knocking Annie out of South America with D-Star gone, with the way the early war regions look, having an empty South America could be very important. I'd like to space as well. Hold decall, space Korean War, I suppose. Oh, another 4. Yeah, can't do anything about that. Yeah, this is going very badly. This is going to be, what, 13 VPs? 12. So I'll be down 11. So I think I need to space. Yeah, I have to space and try and get those 2 VPs. Okay. Okay, that's something. Not dead yet. Is it... Oh, nice, 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 nice. Is it insane to take Burma to try and protect India? I think it just has to be this. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. Yeah, the 5-year plan coup in Iran's turned out really badly. If I was holding Iran here, things would be not good, but better. Truman being gone, I don't like that, especially for free. Makes sense. Where does this even go? Jordan, Panama, Burma. Okay, it's 6-3. It's going to be 7-3. So in reality, I'm probably not stopping Dom. Ever. Seeing as Panama's the obvious coup target, I think I like trying to protect it. I don't know. I don't know. Vietnam could possibly poke Thailand. Move into Jordan to threaten Iraq and Saudi. I'm glad we're not seeing blockade at least. It means I hold on to one region. Okay, there goes the Thailand poke. So, okay, what are my options here? SOCGovs is unseen, so I think it's 1 France. And I think it's 1 Jordan. Holding decoy throws a small blessing. Redrawn defectors to Middle East would be nice. Okay. At least I get some good cards. I get Purge, I get IP War, and I get SOCGovs, all cards. And Annie gets Duck, Comic-Con, AI War, Blockade, and Middle East. Come on, redrawn defectors, redrawn defectors. Didn't get redrawn defectors. Europe is big though. That's going to keep me alive for IVPs. Cancelling out Middle East. So 5-year plan. Independent Reds. East European unrest. Europe. I might even be tempted to event EEU just to weaken Eastern Europe even more. I'm not going to take it this turn, obviously, but it could be a play in the future. The board's not great. Okay, headline. Purge is standard, but Duck's going to space. Middle East is a scoring. Blockades are 1. As far as I know, it only hits 2 ops. So I don't love that. 5-year plan could be a shout. Maybe I'll hit something interesting. IP was going to be an event anyway, probably, but I think I like 5-year plan. Maybe I can get lucky and hit Middle East, or just take something else like Duck for VP. AI War, okay. Going for more VP. Please hit Middle East. Blockade. Well, it's not what I wanted, but I guess at least I don't have to worry about it. Please miss. Thank you. Would have been a bit cute to snag Middle East 5-year plan, but one can dream. This will be a coup of Panama, I assume. In response to which I think I will take Saudi for the VP, because 4-op redraw, of course. That's how this just feels to be going. I'm guessing this will hit. Yeah, that will hit. Brilliant. I don't think I'll be eventing EU, to be honest, so I think I'll just do... It could be that, seeing as AI War is gone. No, that's my second choice if Annie doesn't score right here. I'll be spacing Decol. I want to get ops into Mexico. Yeah, Middle East gone. Okay, IP War event for Milops. Decol is a space, Europe's a score, so that's, I've only got 2 ARs to actually place ops. And where do I want my ops to go? I think I want 2 in Mexico, 3 in South Africa, and I'm not sure where else at the moment, but so I think I am going to... No, I'm not going to protect South Africa, but I'm going to take it. And I am also going to get one in Mexico, because those are both things I know I want to do by the end of the turn. Next AR will be space, I think. Question is, do I roll for the 6 on Pakistan, or do I roll for the 5 on India and try and get some VP? Seeing as there's only one number difference, it's probably Pakistan and just hope for the miracle. I know it's happened before when I was recording once, so I think you just pray. Okay, that's the space. I'll probably take my space here as well. Yeah, I'll take my space as well with decol. Nice. Score Europe next, I think. Event the war, and then Independent Reds, Mexico, maybe Guatemala. I don't know. Yeah, I think Ernie has hit every coup. Can't remember what happened in turn 1. That's not good for my memory, apparently. Okay, come on. I'd like to see that in the discard. VOA proofing. Battlegrounds. I can't fault that. It's maybe a little reactionary, but there aren't a lot of places to put ops, so not reactionary, that's not the word, a little conservative, but there aren't a lot of other places to put ops, so I can't fault it in any way, really. I'll take Japan. That opens the door to possibly flipping a battleground later on. Nope, that doesn't. And I don't have the ops to take that, so I'll just do this. Gets me my mill ops. I hate it when people do that. It's very smart. I don't like it when my opponents are smart. Yeah, and China. Well, at least IP was gone. Christ. That's going to be, what, 9 now? Yeah, okay. Do I ever protect India? No, I think it's Guatemala. Gonna need a very good mid-war here. Very good. That's not the hand to start it off with. Okay, 2 4-ops is something, even though they're both red. 2 1-ops is also something. Scoring that doesn't benefit me, but I should be able to even out, hopefully. No good headlines. 2 Africa cards that don't benefit me. Yeah, I can feel this one starting to slip away. Okay, 10 cards. So my only options are Shuttle, Southeast Asia, CIA. I think this time it's CIA. Okay, I'm not sure I've seen that one before. That's not a brilliant hand either, that gives me hope. But then, UN intervention, I'd like that. Okay, so Sadat, UN, Willie. What else have we got? We've got Latin American, Death Squads. We've got Olympic Games. Where's Olympic Games in the tracker? Here it is. We've got Suez, Surrey, and Salt. Okay, Salt's a nice card, but what is there to Salt for? Purge. Salt for Purge, that's bad. We'll try and make some pun or something, but I'm not feeling very clever today, so I think we just coup Zaire. I like getting a 6. Well, this isn't going to be good for Southeast Asia, but to take Indonesia and Pakistan, at least there's nothing. Well, sorry, Indonesia, Philippines, not Pakistan am I talking about, but I suppose Annie could go Philippines and then take Indonesia, which would really suck, actually. That would be quite nasty. Although if I were her, I might go for turn 1 space. I think she'll see that neither of us have anything that we can really create sizable damage with in either hand. Okay, yep, Nigeria. Okay, I'm not sure that's how I'd... Oh, yeah. Without... I might have gone Colombia, Venezuela. That's a slightly strange one to me. Especially seeing these two cards in my hand, I'm probably going to have to... So I think I like this. And he doesn't have Africa, so she won't be scoring Don. If she wants to realign South Africa, I'll flip Nigeria. There's Coup and Saharan States open for later. That will give me realigns on Algeria. Admittedly, realigns with the way back in through France, but still. I will be using flower power to flip Nigeria if I can. I could... Okay, what's happening here? Coup. Okay. So I think giving this is harmless, and I'll just Coup Saharan to parry that. Now I've got realigns here and a flip here. And he also has realigns on Zaire, but I've got 4 in Zaire, and I guess it makes a secondary target. I don't know, I've still got the flip on Nigeria on. Perhaps I need to space next. Oh, I'm glad to see that not going for purge. Stop the realign, stop that. Now I believe it's time to space. What is my space card? I want Aeonde to be my hold card. Question is, am I playing China? If I'm not playing China, I have to space We Will Bury You and give everything else. It only takes realigns on South Africa, and South African unrest won't be that bad anyway. If I am playing China, I think I space South African unrest, hold We Will Bury You, Aeonde. Okay. So I don't think I can even do with China. I don't think there is. How many countries do I have? 5 countries. 6, 7. No. I think I just space this. Okay, I'll take my 2 VP, thanks. I think this game is all about surviving until something possibly turns. Shame, but the 2 VP for space was valuable, so I think I'm okay just about with that. How crazy is this? If I hit big, I set up counter realigns on Angola. How crazy is that, and where else is it going? I can't turn the tide in Asia, I can't do anything in Asia. I don't have a lot of other places to put ops. And only has UN, Willy Brandt, Sadat, and Usuri. UN Usuri's a 3-op, Willy Brandt's a 2, Sadat's a 1. I might space Usuri and UN Sadat on this board just to keep Egypt to be greedy. If I got this, what would I even follow it up with? Okay, the thing is, I need to do something about Zaire. I can't let South Africa get realigned and then Zaire as a second target. So I think I have to play ops, and I think I have to put at least 1 there. Although if I did do the Botswana coup, I could play China after. I know I planned not to. I could realign with China. Worst case scenario is I just lot of 1 on Botswana, and Nani takes it again. Takes Zimbabwe. What do I just score? I don't know. Cuba to threaten going here and here. Put one into India. IP war isn't a discard. Yeah, IP wasn't a discard. I don't like it, but I don't like anything on this board if I'm being real. I think that's bad, but I'm very confused at the moment. Yeah, I'm just trying to survive for now. Space race, okay. Glad I did mine first. I'll just score because it's not getting better. Yeah, I don't know where I went wrong. Was it perhaps my order of operations turned on with this coup ended up being very bad, but then D-Style took Thailand and then also took Pakistan with the coup, and I had nothing. I had a nothing hand. I didn't have a great turn one hand either, but I felt like I held my own there. Felt like I held my own here. So that's going to be what, 1 into Egypt. I think high event Sogovs. Try and take Egypt depending on where the ops come, seeing as Europe scored. Willie in hand, so that's nothing to remember. Special is active and NATO is... Sorry, NATO is active and special is in the deck. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I think Egypt's an important country later on. Yeah. And it looks like she's going to be holding UN through. And I guess South African rest will just be 2 into South Africa and repair that. Can't give Allende. South America's my one potentially really good region. Perhaps I don't even fix South Africa and just coup Haiti. Holding UN's a nice move. Okay, well I get South America, and I get a way to get into South America. I get Space Card and Libs. OPEC I think is a poke, and just give up the 1 VP. Bear Trap and Colonials are both nice. I think one of them's the headline, probably Bear Trap. Everything in Africa is very protected. I'm not sure. Definitely want to do OAS when DEFCON's down to 2. I need to get points out of South America, so if we saw Junta here, that would be horrific. I don't like not seeing any power cards in my hand. So it's Bear Trap or Colonials. Bear Trap could get me a coup. Even if it doesn't get me a coup, it's going to get me some time to work with the more difficult. If her headline is good, it's going to give me some time to work on that, so I think Bear Trap. Or I don't love it, but I think I give up OPEC for 2. Yeah. It's definitely better than Brezhnev. Would have liked to poke for 1, but could be worse things than OPEC for 2 VPs, especially if it's going to get me into... Well, that's a card I'd like to see in my hand. We will now take our coup. I'm thinking Nigeria. Need a 3. Get 6. I quite like that. That's a nice break. Okay, Africa is still not great, but I should be able to possibly hold it. And I think that if you have Hunter, you're headlining that over Missile Envy. I'm glad that's not going off either. Okay, what's the count in Africa? That's going to go to 7-4. I'm not going to be able to stop that. Well, CRGs actually would be able to, so I think now I go Chile, Venezuela. Yeah. I might use China here to try and fill up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe of course. Well, I should be able to equalise at least. Can we roll a 1 here? We cannot. We roll another huge number. Yeah. Definitely a good RNG game for the USSR so far. Is it China now? Maybe. Russia would just be brutal. Is it start taking on battlegrounds in Africa, trying to fight for country count more aggressively? No, because colonials can do that. Thing is, I don't want to spend China, but I don't have another card that can take Argentina unless I just score for 1. Yeah, I'll just score for 1. I was hoping to get a controller. Maybe I should have waited, but could have gone colonials first, but I don't think you're seeing ABM immediately then, with things like puppets or AS in the deck. If I'm Annie, I'm holding ABM in case of that. Okay, I'll take Camp David. Yeah, this is just not going well. Probably through a mixture of incompetence and plain old bad luck. Okay, now it's time for colonials. So we go 1, 2. No. We go 1, 2. 1 in Thailand, definitely. And I also like 1 in Laos, because Asia's unscored, and if I could contest on country count, even though unlikely, that would be brilliant. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 2, that's not going to happen, but you know, if it could, that'd be amazing. Libs will be the space card. Okay, what are we seeing UN with? Nuclear subs. I mean, I'd have liked nuclear subs, but they were definitely... Yeah, if Annie has Africa, I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to space. Again, I'm sure I'm not playing this well, but I don't know why. I don't know where specifically I could be doing better. I feel like it's one of those. Okay, that's a shame. It doesn't do anything. The coups have been so high that it doesn't even need it. Okay, not taking Lao. Slight surprise there. Okay, makes sense. Wait, that's 4-2. It's just because I'd like to take this, just for the future, but I think it's going to have to be a Nicaragua coup. Maybe get realigns on Cuba. Asia, Hideous, no Kennedy, Hideous, Brush, nice. Che, Quag, not so nice. But the Brush is Panama or Thailand. I don't know which one I get to see headline first, which is nice. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a good board. There's possibly some chance of Europe later on. Don't think I'm ever going to be in a war game situation looking at the VP track with Asia in my hand. And at least have some decent ops this turn, even if my actual cards are quite bad. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. That's just... Oh my god. Okay, can I stop Africa with puppets? Ethiopia. No, I can't. There's only one stab available. This is so bad. So bad. 9 VPs there. That's 2. That's going to be 17. I think I have to brush Thailand just to try and get the VPs down a little bit. Take realigns on Cuba for Central. And this is going to be VPs. Yeah. I'm screwed. Alliance for 3 if it has to be. Flower Power's cancelled by late war event, isn't it? Yeah, an evil empire. Thailand would give me 6 countries. Laos could possibly give me 7 if I could get it. Screw it. Okay, at least I hit. Okay, the 9 is down to 7. The country count is 7 to 6. So I need Laos. If we see Africa, I'm done here. I don't think I can live through an Africa scoring and an Asia scoring. Oh yeah, Hunter, why not, why not? Please miss. Thank you. Just enough. I think it has to be that. Need the 4 hops. Of course, Annie could just take Taiwan here. No! Oh! Yeah, I'm still 15, 19. Okay. I'm not going to straight up lose. But down from 9 VPs to 3 is... That is important. I mean, I'm still probably lost, but, you know, there's, I don't know, there's DEFCON traps, but I've just given back China. Nixon's in the deck, that's something. Kitchen, that's definitely not active. Yeah, roll a 6, why don't you? Okay. Okay. I think I want NORAD to go 1 here, 2 here. I could take a coup. But I want to take Argentina to get... Where would I coup here? Probably Southeast African states. Okay, let's figure things out. That's a VP. That's horrible, so it has to go to space. I'm going to have to give this. Maybe I take Argentina and try and realign A and A out in one go. Yeah, I like that. So it's going to have to be this. Okay, wait, I'll get to hold 2 cards actually. So it's Quagan A and A hold. Space Che. Event Alliance. Okay, I need to check the card track because I'm pretty sure I've missed a lot. Yeah, I am missing 2 cards. What have we seen? Have we seen defectors since turn 3? We saw defectors turn 1. sorry for everybody watching where this isn't particularly interesting, but yeah, we saw shuttle. We definitely saw shuttle. Could be important. I need to get this sort of thing right if I'm to have any chance, I suppose. Oh, it's South America scoring. It's not an attack, of course. Okay, so 4 turns. That's 3 VP. That's space. And then I've got puppets, which I guess I can event. And you 2, which I'd like to coup with here. Seeing as I don't think Annie has Africa, because cooing here with Kitchen doesn't seem very important compared to scoring an Africa Dom. So I'll just take my 3 VP, stay alive. Yeah. I think Defcon and Europe are my main shots at this point. Europe's weak, so if I could get some nice stuff on turn 8 and not see war games. Okay, Defcon's back on the table. That makes me think Annie doesn't have cultural to take it right back. I think I'm going to space Che now. Okay, another VP. I like that. Not giving up. No, not yet. I'm not going down that easily. Probably still am going down. Okay, Summit, that's a rubbish card. I'd like to see that not in my hand. Okay, yeah. Oh no, can't. Have to coup now. Big roll. Oh, that should secure Zaire. Unless it gets couped, of course. So it's still 7-5. Yeah, puppets isn't going to stop Dom. But it will go into Ethiopia. It will also go into Taiwan because of Asia country count. And the third op, perhaps Dominican Republic. Oh, you... I need to take that back. To be fair, I wasn't going to stop Dom anyway in Africa. Would have liked to event puppets, but Europe is my only good region. I need it. Okay. Okay. Here's some stuff. And Annie also got some better stuff. Annie got the scoring, which is... She got cultural, ask not, John Paul, and special. Well, it's not all brilliant stuff, but I wanted John Paul really badly. I wanted ask not. I wanted to control the scoring. Okay, I don't hate those cards. It's a bit late, but Purge, Duck, Hunter. Okay, so Annie's headlines are... Well, it's just cultural in Africa from what I know. Presumably, you don't headline Africa. Well, special and the Pope are both unspaceable. I like that. I think it's grain. I think it's just grain. Yeah, it's got to be grain. Maybe I can get a big coup off in Angola or something. That would be massive to stop Africa. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about. I think I was just looking at my redraws and known de factos, which would be terrible. Has to be grain. Yeah, grain is also known, so headlining a scoring into a known grain where a big coup could actually stop it would be not my choice. I'm guessing, okay, Willy Brandt redraw stops Europe Dom. I don't like that. Give me a good card, please. Latin American Dust Scores, it's another redraw. I'm definitely using it to coup. Let's not be silly here. Not enough. That's going to be a turn 1 Africa drop. I mean, I would assume you don't even have to think about it here, yeah. Okay, let's quickly do our due diligence to see if there's any way Annie can win immediately. What cards give VP? Arms race, but that's not active. But I need to remember. If Defcon goes up, we will bury you. OPEC? OPEC would do it. But I can't stop that. And I've seen two of Annie's cards. I think. Yeah, I don't think Annie has many unknown cards left. If she has OPEC, then she has it, and there's literally nothing to be done. Other than that, there's war cards like Korean War that could get VPs, but nothing guaranteed. Yeah, okay. So I think here, I'm giving A and realigning it out, spacing one of these, holding the other. Okay, what is my play? What is my play? I think I need to take back Europe Dom. And I think I need to get something into Taiwan. So I think that's just de factors. No, I think it's duck. No, because A doesn't have a known 4. So I'm okay doing this. I wouldn't actually be averse to a turn 7 purge double break East Germany or something, just to try and be aggressive. Okay, event culture, sure, why not? That means she doesn't have something like Central, which is another card I forgot about that would be. So I think it's this. Let me see. Annie could use Thailand to flip the Philippines or something, but that seems kind of lame. I mean, it would get you Dom, so I guess it's not that lame. Well, it stops. Well, it wins the game no matter what. Israel's an open battleground. Let's do that. Thailand's more of a long-term thing, so if you want to stick China in there, that opens up DEFCON, I guess. Definitely give me spacing Quag, I think. If the A&A realign goes wrong, I might have Hunter to try and straighten that out. Hunter could be a turn 7 into Panama or something. Panama Kuwaiti. Or that could just be earlier. Force out. I want to get one more into UK as well. I need to remember to do that unless Annie plays special this turn on pokes, because those 2 VP might matter. Should have thought of that earlier. Shouldn't have taken Israel, should have gone into UK. Okay, that's the other unknown. So Annie's got 4 cards, which are turns 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the Pope's pretty... So I'm going to do this, because I want the VP. I'm going to do this because I think I like to have it to just make sure nothing dodgy happens there. Yeah. Annie has known cards. Pope, Astronaut, Special. With Europe being pretty much my only chance to win at this point, Special is Pope is ungivable. Astronaut to space makes sense, what I expected. I think I will take my space shot, and I think it's actually Muslim. If I get a terrible hand next turn, I could play Quag. But Muslim is going to kill me in the Middle East, and that's a region I've worked hard to equalise. I'm expecting Annie to play China, if I'm being honest. Well, I guess I'm... Okay, that's the last unknown. It's a nice roll, isn't it? With missile envy. Okay. China, John Paul, Special. Could do this. Force out China and then immediately Hunter after. I could just Hunter now. Yeah, I like this. Now I'm essentially saying take Panama. You have to spend China here if you want to protect both your battlegrounds. You'd have to put 2 in Panama, 1 Nicaragua. Otherwise you're open to either ops or realigns. I'm assuming I'm going to get China. I like getting that. It leaves the DEFCON door open, even though it's not likely. Overprotecting as well. Smart. I will do this. Realign it out, hopefully. Touch wood. Nice. Now, and then turn 7. AR7, sorry. I have no idea, but hopefully something good. I could jam Cuba, maybe. Special, okay. VP, nice. I think it's going into West Germany because that's not overprotected. I think I don't mind jamming Cuba because I'm already in there. Ortega's already a threat, and it's a battleground. Yep, smart.
But surely one such lesson, learned by the world at great cost.
Okay, I've got EU and I've got teardown.
Unopposed, becomes a contagious
is there anything I can do here? Maybe puppets into Czechoslovakia to take Czechoslovakia so that when I EU and then tear down, I've got +1 odds. It's a very long shot, but with Pope being unspaceable, it's not undoable. Question is, what will my headline be? Summit, I'm down by... Summit's equal. That's surprising. And he doesn't have VPs on... And he has no more than 3 VPs on the board. So Puppet's my headline. What else could I do with it? Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Czechoslovakia? Or Czechia? Or is it EEU? I think it might be EEU.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
EU. Okay, we're both attacking Europe. My attack's a bit stronger. If Annie dumps Europe here, I will be sad. But at the same time, I think I'm just going balls to the wall for it. I don't know. I definitely need to try and make a play for Europe. This will at least give Annie food for thought. I do feel that this is my playoffs journey coming to an end though. It's a bit sad. I do feel I was thoroughly outplayed though, so I can't complain. It's never a terribly bad thing to go down to such a good opponent, so I'm not mad. I guess I'm just slightly disappointed in myself more than anything. Yeah. How many cards have I got in my hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. AWACS, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Nice way to stop me from going by threatening to take Europe yourself. I think now I try and hold tear down. If you want the coup, I get Cuba. Well, you do want the coup and you want a big one. Where is that going? Mexico. I will take that back with arms race because I will not be getting arms race. And then if Annie wants to put 4 ups into Cuba, I'll just use my low up cards to aggress on Nicaragua, Haiti, try and get the rear lines. Arnie's still stuck with John Paul. So, it's possible. I need to remember space. Oh, yeah. Brushwood, why not? Where's that going? Mexico again? Please miss. Thank you. Is Arman an event? Okay, so I don't think I care if Arnie doubles her influence in Venezuela and Brazil. I'm not winning on the board, I'm certainly not winning by flipping South America. So I'm going to not discard to that, because I want Quagmire for space to stop Annie discarding John Paul, because Europe is my win condition. And I will take Cuba here to get a Central America Dom. And yep, that's fine. Hopefully, okay, well, not a Central America Dom, but it's points. Could be a Central America Dom, and it might keep me alive on the VP track for a little longer. So yes, I think the players hold Teardown. Hopefully get Chernobyl next turn. Hopefully force the Pope out of Annie. Leads into Solidarity, I don't know. Get a lot of ops next turn. Reagan, that's going to be nothing. And that's only 1 VP for me. Yeah, Annie is a good player who recognises that Europe is my win. Let's take a Dom, because why not? If I wasn't 14 VPs down, I would feel I could win this on the board. But I am 14 VPs down. So, it's irrelevant, I feel. Especially when my opponent has decall. Yeah, we get it. Need to take another coup. And I need space. Ooh, John Paul's coming out. Surprised by that. I mean, I know you'll just put yours back in and it will be good enough, but you know. I think I'll coup now. And my coup target is going to be Southeast African states, I assume. Yeah, I definitely think I could win this on the board if the V track hadn't got so awful from Asia and Africa. Maybe I can double break Poland with China. With me having Teardown, there's Cal in the deck, but I can't see anything else. Yeah, whatever. You know, if you've got it, you've got it. I'm just going to space. If you get it, you get it. I mean, I'm losing on VP, so it doesn't really matter that.
Last pages even now are being written.
Okay, so I can tear down to 3-5. But then what? Then nothing. Didn't get... Chernobyl would have been... Chernobyl could have won me the game. Say I got Chernobyl instead of Reformer, I don't know. Then I... Probably not enough, but it would have been enough to get really close and put the pressure on next turn. I think I'm going to stop card tracking because I don't think it matters anymore. Yeah, I don't see a way to win this one. I think I'm going to headline tear down this wall and just take a coup at East Germany. If I roll a 9 total, that's... Let's just start my game ops in East Germany. Solidarity would have been a nice pull here. Missing Reformer would be nice. Relines are bad, aren't they? Could go for Miracle Relines, but I don't really like Miracle Relines. Even if I hit them, I'm not going to hit them on Poland, so I think I'm just honestly going to lower DEFCON. Oh, it's Europe. My one good card. My one really good card. Love that. Love, love, love that. Please have War Games, Annie, because I don't think I have a win on the board anymore. I don't know what you're fuming about. I don't think you were ever in any real danger. Getting Star Wars out, maybe? I mean, still don't think that turns the tide, if I'm being honest. Taking Asia back? Again, don't think it really matters. Yeah, just don't think it matters anymore. I got a couple Europe cards, but they were spaced out and he defended it cleverly, knowing that it was my real shot. He clearly doesn't have enough Defcon cards for it to be a problem. Am I inventing nuclear subs? I'm not inventing Evil Empire just to do IP War, so... But I'm not inventing nuclear subs just to Evil Empire coup. So I think I could just kind of go back with that, not that it matters anymore. I would roll a 1. Yeah, I just think I've been outclassed today. Played someone who got a very good start with the USSR, handled that very well, and didn't let go of their lead. I think this turn 2 hand was very impactful. I was getting domination no matter what. I only had one headline, which happened to be my only good card. The rest of the turn was very brutal, considering I only had decent hand. This was bad as well. Could have been bad planning from me, but yeah, it was bad planning. I don't know when I was meant to coup earlier, but I think I should have, and used that to take back Iran instead of coupping it. But again, I don't know when I was meant to do that. Yeah, more ups into Europe, not that it matters anymore. Feels like my computer's lagging a little bit. Could be my internet. Don't live in a very good area, very good internet. That's a space, so I'll space this. Once my stuff's gone, so that's something. Yeah, I don't even think there's a miracle. Let's see. Yeah, stuff like grain didn't come out till turn 7, so that's in the discard. Solidarity will just overprotect Poland. Battery. If I want to put China 2 into Poland at the end of the turn, is there anything I can do to distract? Yeah, I'll do this, so I don't lose immediately. Maybe you'll react to that instead of overprotecting Europe more. Although only I think I'd overprotect Europe because this is clearly one on the board. Oh, okay. Let's go for the miracle, because why not? Close, but no scar. Yep, turn 7, I think I'll just double tap Poland, hopefully to Chernobyl turn 10, flip Poland and somehow raise Defcon and East Germany realigns, I don't know. You know, you don't quit until it's over, that's being a bad sport, but I don't think there's a route here. Especially not seeing that. Especially not seeing that. Still double tap Poland because, you know, why not? Europe is my only win condition. There literally aren't enough Defcon cards in the deck. I don't even get to use my space reward, which is a shame because I don't get to space this high this often, so I'd have liked to use it. Well, I've got ops this turn. It's too late, but I do have ops. I think I'll headline Surrey. Take China back, it's even more ops. Just bum rush Poland. Ah, Comic-Con. Funny. I guess I'd be somewhat proud if I could make it to final scoring. Seeing as this game has been lost since... This was bad. OS into ABM. Maybe I left it. Maybe I went too early. But I still think I would hold it. Yeah, I think this is when the game was lost. This sequence. Losing the points to one small step. Losing Central. Yeah, at this point I just felt like it was too late to come back. And then losing Africa turns to have and all that. Yeah, by getting a terrible roll on grain. Do you have a scoring? No, you don't have scoring. And I know you don't have war games. That's going to make a difference, isn't it? Why not? Like I said, I've got no way to cut hand size. Cal's the only Defcon card out there. It's a foregone conclusion, so I may as well just get it over with quickly. Oof, my computer is on. Feeling very hot. Need to get off the game quickly. I guess that's why the lag. Yep, nothing better to do than this, is there? Space OPEC, because I don't want to give away a win. Even when I get Poland. Pointless, isn't it? You know, if this was a close board, I think I could do it with, if the VP track was at 1 or 2 or something. Well, I'm not necessarily saying I could do it, but I wouldn't rule myself out. Yeah, and he has a fine hand, no problems so far. But we'll keep doing this because there's literally nothing else that we can do that would affect the outcome. Yeah, we seem to have come to a mutual understanding that we'll just do this all turn. Yeah, if Chernobyl was still around, could have done it, I think. If Chernobyl was still around. What a pity. What a pity, what a shame. Yeah, the board wasn't even that terrible in the end. Yeah. It's just... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but this is gonna be me signing off. So not the outcome that we wanted.